First, our top story tonight, the second night of the Republican National Convention underway in Milwaukee. Former President Donald Trump expected to make another appearance.
Today, speakers are focused on topics including crime and immigration. Some of the GOP members include Trump's former top primary rivals, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
I can think of one thing more dangerous than a grizzly bear. And it's a middle-aged, fed-up mother in Washington, D.C. And I haven't even started my hot flashes yet, guys. Just wait. Just wait.
Another major candidate, Senate candidate Kari Lake, Lake addressing multiple topics in her speech earlier, including the border. ABC15's political reporter Rachel Louise was just able to talk with Lake following her moment there on the RNC stage. Rachel?
Through her about 6-minute-long speech, Lake talking about her fears about fentanyl deaths, saying, quote, the Grand Canyon state has become the fentanyl state. Also talking about parental rights, telling the crowd she would be a, quote, mama bear if she made it to Congress. But where Lake began her speech with jabs at the media, saying they weren't welcome and that they lied to the public. That message was starkly different from the one her ally, Donald Trump, has pushed for after his attempted assassination over the weekend. He called for a message of unity. She began by talking about division. Minutes after that speech ended, I asked her about that choice.
You came out right out the gate talking about Gallego, talking about the media. Why take that approach?
Because the media has been lying to the people of this country for 8 years. They've run an 8-year smear campaign.
What made you go with the focus that you had of your speech where you're talking about some of these divisions? So why that approach when we did have someone who you look up to very much in Trump saying that he wanted to focus on unity?
It's become nothing but a bunch of social justice warriors posing as journalists when they're really propagandists. So I understand the media, and I wanted to talk about the media.
And what you just heard is a narrative we've heard from Lake and others before, but the messaging this time clearly contrasts with what former President Trump says he will talk about in his RNC speech on Thursday. As for Lake, she is still in her primary for the Senate race, currently polling above Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb. Again, the primary is July 30th. Back to you.
Rachel, thank you.